Hey folks, it's the Toga brother. I am in a nice hotel, as you can see. Nice stuff. I'm not in my new house, right? I am on a trip for pleasure. It's not business related. It's not affiliated with my job at all, that kind of thing. But I'm here because I'm about to go out. It's about Sunday. It's Easter Sunday, so I figured I'd get a little fancy, a little dressed up, right? But some of you guys, I won't say all of you, weren't taught some of these skills growing up, okay? So I'm going to take on responsibility to show you, okay? And yes, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands, so forget about that. And I know this is going to bother you because my hair is bobbing up and down. Okay. And I don't have my ball cap around. So, okay, here's how we're going to do this. What you need is a regular length tie, okay? Like this. Now, what I'm going to tell you is you should start your tie on your non-dominant side, because what's going to happen is you're going to use your dominant side as the finished length, okay? This is going to be your finished length, right? It will actually be your working end. This is going to be the end you work with, but this will be your working end. Now, that's confusing, right? You'll see why I call this the working end at the very end, okay? It's kind of a giveaway. It's a foreshadow, because you're going to use this to get everything right, okay? So this will be your length, and then this will be your adjustment. And both of them, what you should have is you should have a tie that does this. You see that? You see the point there? You see the point here? This part should never extend past the bottom of your thickest part of your tie, your base tie, right? It should never be this long, should never be this long, shouldn't really even be this long, right? It should be just barely to the end of your tie. That's what you should have as a perfect tied tie, okay? Now, some people have it here, that's okay. Some people have it here, that's okay. As long as it's not to the end of your tie end right here, okay? So, with that said, what you need to do is you need to set your tie up to work. Now, keep this in mind. You're going to work with this end and make multiple rotations around your working end. So why am I telling you this? Because if you leave your tie this long and you keep rolling it and rolling it and rolling it, it's eventually going to get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And by the time you pull it from your neck, you're going to get slack. And so it's going to be even longer. So where am I going with this? Start your working end shorter than this part. Do you see how I've got about a foot here? Okay, this might be too much, so what I like to do is I like to adjust right about there, okay? So it's almost about an actual foot from it, an actual foot. Like if you'd measure this, it'd be an actual foot size, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is button your top button, okay? It's imperative. Now, what you're gonna do is take your dominant hand, your right hand, hold this piece with your thumb. You see I've got my thumb underneath, okay? Got it underneath my tie, okay? You're going to then, and don't let your size adjustments fool you. Keep it the same size, so don't pull, all right? Just work with it, all right? It's about the same size. Okay, so you're going to cross this part under, or easier said than done, take your long end, cross it over, okay? Now, what I like to do is I like to hold them, right, like that. Now, lay them on top, but take your thumb and pinch where they hold, where they meet, okay? While doing that, grab the long end with your fingers right here, okay? Because you're going to I have to remember how to do this. Okay, this is gonna go underneath this part, right? Without losing any of the end. So, if you have to, okay, it's hard to do and teach you guys, okay? So what I do is when I do that, and you don't want to go in your shirt. Okay, now, I can still do this, but if I drop it, it's not secure. So to secure this, take this part, now, tuck it behind the collar, okay? And very slowly pull this. Now, it will end up backwards. That's what you want, okay? All right, you see this? This is what's gonna be one side of the tie right here. So now I can let go, right? I shouldn't let go entirely, but I can let go. Now, it was on this side, right? Switch sides. Pull it underneath the working end. And if you want to, pull it kind of taut so that you have this angle right here, okay? Now what I do is I then put it back through my neck, okay? Now, you see how we kind of have a triangle going on here? To get that wrap, you're then going to take it from your dominant side over this way, okay? Now, you're gonna then take this end and put it underneath and up through. You see that? Watch. Okay? Up through. Now, it's over the top. Now, what I suggest you do is pinch the sides so you get a triangle type of configuration, essentially, all right? Or figure. Now, this is the tricky part. So, you're gonna get it all tight. Now, remember what I told you guys. See this? See how it's kind of getting a little bit shorter? I don't have very much room to work with. You see that? Do you see why I told you to leave about a foot or so? So that way you don't end up with that? Okay. What I'm gonna tell you to do is to loosen this part right here, your neck, just a little bit. Because what you need to do is this part right here, okay? You see my finger is? Open it up to give yourself a hole, okay? Now, slip your finger up without damaging your work, and then slide your necktie through, okay? Now, pull this so you remove all of the tension, okay? Now, good, but I have some room. If you want it tighter, all you have to do is hold this and hold this, right? But watch this. Take your fingers, slide it up to your knot, and then pull. Remember what I told you what the perfect length of tie is? Look. See that? That's where it ended up. Right there. All tied. This is a regular size and length knot. You see now? Okay. Last step. Take your collar. Pull it down. Okay. For safe measures, I like to make my knot tight and not, well, it's called taut, but you're tying. Now, you can take this and pull it to tighten the knot. But if you want to tighten the fabric around your neck, you're gonna pull this part. If you're gonna adjust the knot, you're gonna use this part, okay? And then you can put both of these pieces right on through. I usually use the label of the person that makes the tie to put it through again. So there's two ways. And then if I'm wearing a vest, I'll take my vest and I'll put it through. All right? Ta-da! Now you know how to tie a tie. Eventually, it will take you no more than 3 or 4 minutes. You put your neck around, or your tie around your neck. You find the right working length. You start working it around, tying it around, flipping it through, opening up the hole, tying it, and pulling it taut, and do this. That's how you do it. I just showed you more in depth on what's going on so you can see it all happen and manipulate your fingers so you can do it the same way I do. I find that to be the most effective way. There are like 7 different ways to tie a tie. That's the most effective way I have found. So, thank y'all for watching. I'm Sean the Toga Brothers. Until next time, I'm out.